Marcus Thompson stands frozen in his empty living room at 2 a.m., staring at his newly adopted pit bull who's blocking the bedroom door. She won't move, won't budge. Her body is pressed against the door like a furry barricade, and when Marcus tries to gently push past her, she plants her paws wider and lets out a low, rumbling sound that makes his chest tighten. This isn't aggression. This is desperation. Something is wrong, and Marcus just realized the shelter never told him why Luna was returned 3 times before. If you want to know what Luna was protecting, hit that like button and subscribe. You won't believe where this goes. The day had started with such hope. Marcus had lost his job as a project manager 2 months ago, and the apartment felt bigger, lonelier with each passing day. His sister, Rachel, kept saying, "Get a dog, something to care for besides your LinkedIn profile." So that Thursday morning, he drove to City Paws Rescue, a cramped facility that smelled like disinfectant and desperation, where animals pressed against chain-link fencing with eyes that asked silent questions. Luna caught his attention immediately. A blue-nosed pit bull mix with a white chest patch shaped like a lopsided heart. She sat calmly in the back of her kennel while other dogs barked themselves hoarse. The kennel card said, "Luna, 4 years old, returned to shelter multiple times, needs experienced owner." The shelter coordinator, a tired woman named Beth with permanent worry lines, had been almost too eager to process the adoption. "She's sweet," Beth said quickly, shoving papers across the desk. "Great with people, house-trained, just she has some quirks, nothing you can't handle." Marcus should have asked more questions. He didn't. He was too focused on Luna's amber eyes, the way she leaned into his hand when he scratched behind her ears, the gentle weight of her head against his knee. Now, at 2 a.m. on his second night with her, those quirks were on full display. "Luna, girl, I need to sleep." Marcus's voice is gentle but firm. He reaches for her collar. She doesn't snap or growl, but her body goes rigid, immovable as stone. Her eyes aren't on him, they're locked on the closed bedroom door behind her. That's when Marcus hears it, a faint scraping sound coming from inside his bedroom. His blood goes cold. He lives alone, 4th-floor apartment, windows locked. The scraping comes again, rhythmic, deliberate. Someone is in there. Marcus's hands shake as he pulls out his phone. Before he can dial, Luna moves. She doesn't abandon her post, but shifts her weight, and Marcus understands with sudden clarity. She's not keeping him out, she's keeping something in. The police arrive within 8 minutes, Officers Chen and Rodriguez, both looking skeptical when Marcus explains that his dog alerted him to an intruder. "The door's still locked from your side," Officer Chen points out, examining the doorknob. "I know how it sounds," Marcus says. Luna hasn't moved. She's still planted there, muscles coiled. Officer Rodriguez puts her hand on her weapon. "Sir, step back with your dog." She turns the knob slowly. The door opens. The bedroom is empty. Window closed and locked from the inside. Nothing disturbed. But Luna lurches forward, pulling Marcus with her, and goes straight to the closet. She sits in front of it, stares, waits. Rodriguez opens the closet. At first, nothing.
Just Marcus's clothes, some storage bins, a broken vacuum he keeps meaning to fix. Then she kneels down, pushes aside a box, and her expression changes. "Chen, look at this." Behind the boxes, someone has removed part of the baseboard. Behind it, a gap in the drywall leads directly into the neighboring apartment's wall cavity. And there, still lodged in the opening, is a small canvas bag. Chen pulls it out carefully. Inside, a laptop, a watch, a woman's wallet, credit cards, car keys. "Are these yours?" Chen asks. Marcus shakes his head. His mouth is dry. "I just moved in 3 months ago. Previous tenant left before I arrived." But here's the twist. Rodriguez is already radioing dispatch, running the names on the credit cards. 2 minutes later, she turns to Marcus with an expression somewhere between impressed and disturbed. These items were reported stolen from apartment 4C, next door, 2 weeks ago. The victim is Eleanor Marks, 73 years old.
Before we continue our story, let's take just 5 seconds. If this story is touching your heart, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us because many more beautiful stories are coming. Thank you, my dear friend. Now, let us continue. The pieces snapped together with sickening clarity. Someone had been using the wall cavity to move between apartments. Luna hadn't been protecting Marcus from an intruder in his bedroom. She'd been alerting him to an intruder using his apartment as a passage to rob his elderly neighbor. "Has anything else happened since you got the dog?" Chen asks. Marcus thinks back. Last night, his first night with Luna, she'd done the same thing, blocked the bedroom door around midnight, refused to move until sunrise. He'd assumed she was anxious, adjusting to a new home. He'd slept on the couch, frustrated but patient. "She did this last night too," Marcus says slowly. "I thought she was just being difficult." Rodriguez nods grimly. "Someone's been coming through here at night. Probably thought the apartment was still empty. Your dog just prevented another robbery." That solves one mystery, but now there's a bigger question. How did Luna know, and why was she returned to the shelter 3 times? The next morning, Marcus drives straight back to City Paws Rescue. Beth looks up from her desk, and her face goes pale when she sees him. "Is everything okay? Is Luna—" "Luna's perfect," interrupts Marcus. "She caught a burglar using my apartment to rob my neighbor. Police were involved. She's a hero." He watches Beth's expression carefully. "Now tell me the truth. What happened with her previous adopters?" Beth's shoulders slump. She closes the office door, sinks into her chair. "Luna was owner surrendered 8 months ago. Original owner died, elderly man named Frank Costello. Frank's nephew brought her in, said she was neurotic and impossible to live with. We adopted her out 3 times after that. And first family returned her after 1 week, said she wouldn't let them into their own master bedroom at night, kept blocking the door, acting strange. They thought she was aggressive." Beth pulls out a file folder, flips through incident reports. "Second adopter, a young couple, same story. Luna would block certain doors, certain rooms. They couldn't figure out why. Thought she was territorial. Third adopter kept her for 2 weeks before bringing her back. Said she was weird about spaces and made them uncomfortable." Marcus leans forward. "Did anyone investigate why she was doing it?"
Beth looks ashamed. We're understaffed, underfunded. We noted behavioral issues and tried again. I'm sorry. I should have been more upfront with you, but I was afraid if I told you everything, you wouldn't adopt her. She pauses. Luna's been here so long. 6 months is usually our limit before we have to make hard decisions. The implication hangs heavy in the air. Marcus feels his throat tighten. Luna wasn't being difficult. She was trying to protect people, and everyone misunderstood. Everyone gave up on her. What about her original owner, Frank? Asks Marcus. Beth nods slowly. Frank was elderly, lived alone. According to the nephew, he died of a heart attack in his home. Luna was with him. She meets Marcus's eyes. Frank had dementia toward the end. The nephew said he'd often forget to lock doors, forget basic safety stuff. Luna had apparently become very protective, very vigilant.
The picture came into focus. Luna had learned to watch over someone vulnerable, someone who couldn't always protect themselves. She'd carried that training, that instinct, into every home after. But nobody understood. Nobody gave her time to show them what she was capable of. Marcus's phone buzzes. Text from Officer Rodriguez. Suspect in custody. Maintenance worker from building. Had master key. Been robbing empty units for months. Your dog stopped him. Press wants to talk to you. Over the next week, Marcus becomes an unexpected local celebrity. Hero Pitbull stops burglar, makes the evening news. The reporter, Jade Park, wants the full story. Marcus meets her at a dog park. Here's what people don't get about dogs like Luna, Marcus tells the camera. They're not broken. They're not neurotic. They're often trying to tell us something and we're not listening. The interview goes viral. Within 3 days, Marcus's phone is flooded with messages. But 3 messages stand out. They're from Luna's previous adopters.
The first is from the young couple, Brian and Melissa Torres. We saw you on the news. We feel terrible about returning Luna. Our apartment was broken into 2 weeks after we gave her back. Someone came through the balcony. Luna's bedroom blocking behavior started the night before we saw suspicious people in our parking garage. Do you think she was trying to warn us? The second is from James Kim, voice tight with emotion. After I returned her, my daughter told me she'd heard noises in the walls at night. I thought she was having nightmares. I had the building inspector come out. Rats had chewed through the insulation, exposed wiring, fire hazard. Inspectors said we were maybe days away from an electrical fire. Luna kept blocking my daughter's bedroom door. I thought she was being possessive. She was trying to keep my daughter safe. The third message is from Patricia Lewis. I returned Luna because she wouldn't let me into my bathroom one night. 2 days later, a pipe burst behind my bathroom wall, flooded the entire apartment. The plumber said if anyone had been in that bathroom when the pipe burst, the pressure and hot water could have caused serious injury. She was trying to protect me, and I abandoned her.
Marcus plays these messages for Jade, who insists on doing a follow-up story. The second segment airs with interviews from all 3 previous adopters,
each one tearfully explaining what they missed. The segment ends with a powerful message. Sometimes the animals we call difficult are actually the ones paying attention to things we can't see. The response is overwhelming. City Paws Rescue gets flooded with donations. Beth calls Marcus, crying, "We can finally afford to hire behavioral specialists to tell their real stories, not just mark them as behavioral issues." But the most unexpected call comes from Frank Costello's nephew, Dylan. "I saw the news. Uncle Frank left a letter with his will. I didn't think it was important, but after seeing what Luna did for you, I think you should have it." They meet at a coffee shop. Dylan hands Marcus an envelope, yellowed and worn. Inside, in shaky handwriting, "To whoever adopts Luna, she's special. She knows when something is wrong. When I started forgetting things, she watched over me, kept me from leaving the stove on, blocked doors when I tried to wander outside at night. She's not being stubborn, she's being vigilant. Please be patient with her. She's already lost too much. Frank." Marcus reads it 3 times, vision blurring. "Why didn't you share this?"
The woman doesn't hesitate. She pushes past her son, runs upstairs. 30 seconds later, "Call 911! Dad's collapsed!" Paramedics rush the elderly man to the hospital. Carbon monoxide leak from a faulty heater. The doctors tell the family later, another hour, and he would have died. Luna had smelled it, sensed it, knew. 2 days later, the woman, Rita, comes to Marcus's apartment with tears in her eyes. "Your dog saved my father's life. The CO levels were critically high. How did she know?" Marcus shakes his head. "Dogs can smell things we can't. Luna's just exceptional at it." That night, Marcus sits on his couch with Luna's head in his lap, Frank's letter on the coffee table. "You've saved 3 people now," he whispers, "that I know of." He frames Frank's letter on his wall. Below it, a photo from that night, Luna sitting calmly while Officer Rodriguez examines the hole in the wall. The moment Marcus realized his difficult dog was actually extraordinary. Sometimes the things we call problems are really just solutions we don't understand yet. Sometimes the ones we give up on are the ones who would have saved us if we just listened. Luna shifts in her sleep, finally at peace, finally home with someone who understands that her quirks aren't flaws, they're her superpowers. If Luna's story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories. Comment below. Have you ever had a pet that tried to tell you something important? What happened? Share your story.